Catch 'em all.
What's good? It's your boy r3iKo. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel, and we are in PokeFodder's tournament. And can I just say, his tournament, the format is awesome because there's so many different sets that you can run. There's so many different decks, and doing this tournament with all the people that are doing it, it's going to allow us to see which type of decks are really good utilizing this format of 1 common, 2 uncommon, 2 rare, and 1 and/or EX/UX. For those of you guys who've been paying attention a little bit of it and have been watching other YouTubers videos, please let me know in the comments below what decks you think are the best. And shout out to everybody in my stream yesterday who were helping me build a deck. Okay, so we are going against R Hylemon. I don't know much about this man. Okay, I checked his channel. He doesn't have many videos, so this could be a good introduction to get him into making more content in Pokemon Duel. So please welcome him and please visit his channel. It's in the description below. Alright, now let's take a look. And if you guys notice, all my duel IDs that we always show, it's always not my point of view. I don't know why, but I'm going to try and commentate this as we go on. So look at my team. This is the team that I have set up. Like I said, thank you to you guys. And look what we got here. We got the Shuppet. And when I ran this deck, when I was testing it in stream, I noticed that I didn't have a runner who can go through Monty. I didn't have the Coco. I didn't have the Shuppet. I think Zap Coco could be dangerous. A Zap Coco with an electric team could be dangerous for this format. So I hope somebody's doing it, and I might even experiment with it. But anyway, take a look at my deck. That's what I'm missing. So I'll take a look at my opponent's deck. He's got the Cacnea, okay? And I think a lot of people are going to be running Cacnea. He's got Cacnea, he's got Combuskin, and he's got the Swellow. So the Swellow, what's dangerous about the Swellow is the multicolored wheel. I mean, he's got the Aerial Ace, which doesn't really do much, but he does have that gold that, you know, can definitely throw a wrench in your plan. And he's got the Flyover where you jump over 1 Mon and you go 2 steps away. Looks like he's on level 10 as well. And I'm pretty sure his Shuppet's level 10 as well. He's got the Shuppet, Combuskin. Look, his Combuskin's got the chains on mine. Is this 10 too? Yeah, I think all his mons are actually level 10. Let's take a look at Mimikyu. Yeah, that looks like 10 to me. Yeah, Mimikyu's 10. And we all knew Mimikyu with the disguise. And he's brought the Virizion. And I kind of liked it. When I first saw Virizion, I was like, different format. Virizion might actually shine. So I was actually excited. And this one's not level 10. Okay, I think that's the only figure that it's not level 10. So I was actually excited to see Virizion here, and I was like, cool. So that's kind of like the biggest threat I'm looking at. The 2 main threats here are the Virizion for the, you know, the Virizion Cheese Typhoon Slash. Combuskin is always threat because of the Cyclone Kick, and this Cacnea, it's a hit or miss in my opinion. But yeah, let's watch how this unfolds. So he opens up a Shuppet. I open up being defensive with my Poliwag. Brings on the Swellow. I try to counter that with my Stuffle. And Virizion, and I don't know why he just openly brought up like Virizion like it was nothing, because I was immediately going to counter him with Combuskin or the Sableye, but I wanted to save the Sableye primarily for the Combuskin. So he brought up the Virizion, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's why I'm going to save my Sableye. But I don't know why he just freely brought it up. Something to look forward to. Brings up Cacnea. I bring up my Sableye. I thought he was going to advance with his Cacnea. If he did, that was fine, because I still have it covered, because if he's going to bring up his Cacnea, I'm going to counter his spinner with my spinner, and that is the Pancham. Alright, so I start bringing Lunala on, because Lunala has the ability to go through Mons. It's great mobility. And he attacks his spinner with my spinner, and I outspun the Rap God spinner of Cacnea. So I decided to take an entry point here. I'm trying to remember what's going on here. Okay, I'm gonna explain this attack real quick. Going ham. Okay, we're gonna stop real fast. Okay, so I have Lunala in the center. The problem is with my Lunala, I'm afraid to attack Shuppet because of how huge the Will-O-Wisp is. I'm afraid to attack into the Swellow, not because I don't think I can beat him, but because if I were to attack him, the next Mon that would attack me is the Combuskin, and the chain events would not go in my favor. Because Lunala pretty much is GG boys against Combuskin. So let's see what happens. I take out the Shuppet. He decides to max revive here. And now I can bring up Sableye. I didn't want to attack. I should have, but I was kind of nervous. I was just kind of filling him out a little bit. But he's being a little defensive because he's kind of trapped in that corner. So I attack him here, and I get a fortunate roll. I think he attacks me. Does he attack me? Yeah, he attacks me to get the double miss, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to allow him to win that roll. So I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm going to DC because I want the favors in. I want it on my side. So that's why I DC'd. That's why I attacked the Virizion. Oh, and he has a sidestep. Totally forgot about that as well. I think he's just trying to sack his Combusken right now. Because he wants... I agree with this play. Because he wants to get a figure back on the board. And which he does. He gets the Shuppet. I move up the Combusken. Bring Shuppet on the board. And I don't know why he did that, though. Okay, my opponent makes a big mistake here. He attacks Lunala, trying to get the fly. Okay, I was so tilted here when I got this miss. I was so upset. But he's trying to fly cheese me, but you can't move over Lunala. That's why I attacked with the... Or that's why I surrounded the Shuppet, because I knew if he would advance with a Swellow, I'm not afraid because he cannot fly over me. So, yeah. I think my opponent made a mistake there because he can't fly over me. And I was okay with this position too because I still have the gold block. I have the Stuffle. I'm not too afraid, but I think I take this opportunity to max revive here my Lunala. Yeah, I max revive my Lunala because I know the Virizion is coming once the wait is done. Gets to fly, and he has to soar over me and surround. Don't advance Stuffle because I know the Stuffle does not have a good matchup against the... oh my god, I forgot Cacnea goes ham right here. This Cacnea just, look at him. I think it's 300 plus, I believe. Yeah, bro, chill Cacnea, we get it, man. We get it. But sorry, you're confused. And that's pretty much, like, that's all Cacnea can hit here is Poison Sting, pretty much. So not only do we have a confused Cacnea, we also got a confused Combusken. And I think it's looking good for me. Sableye is definitely putting in work. I'm not afraid of this Virizion, and I just freely attack here because I know I have the favorable roll. There's nothing Virizion can do unless I roll a freaking miss again. Like, dude, I was so tilted when that happened. Okay, so the reason I bring up Stuffle here to threaten the surround on the Combusken, and I bring up Poliwag there because I do not want to advance my Lunala next to his Cacnea because that's a free poison onto Lunala, and Lunala would not be able to do anything anymore because of status conditioned. So, oh, we're gonna pause right here. Opponent starts being aggressive with that Mimikyu, and I almost fell for it. Look at this man's plates. The counter attack. I almost fell for it. I almost DC'd with I almost hurdle jumped with Stuffle, because that was my plan, to hurdle jump with him and then just surround the following turn. And then luckily I looked at the plates. I was like, oh, counter attack. Good thing I found that. Let's play back. I get the partner shot. I could have attacked here, but I didn't. I was just like, I'm probably going to attack, and my opponent's going to land a miss, and it's going to roll into the Cyclone Kick. That's why I didn't attack, and look at that. I rolled a miss right there. See, like, I could have, but I didn't, because I don't have the DC. So that is good game. That is game one. All right, guys, let's go into game number 2. Alright guys, we are back, game number 2, and R Hylemon decides, and R, sorry if I'm not, I think your name is Roger or Robert, sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name, the Hylemon correctly. If I'm not, please let me know in the comments below. But you can tell this man changed his deck, okay, so now he's got the Stuffle, now he's got the Zoro, and he's got the Zoroark. I'm pretty sure the Zoroark was chain, yeah, Zoroark's chain 10, Combusken beats my Combusken. Interesting that he has the chains on the Stuffle on the wave arm. But, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I have it on the other just because it hits for a base of 140. I guess that's enough reason. But if you get it all the way to 10, it hits for 160. I don't know. Anyway, again, it's his point of view, so let's go ahead and see what happens. He opens with Zoru, and already I did not like this because I decided to open up with my Stuffle, and I had a hard time here deciding what I wanted to open up against the Swellow. And I opened up with Combuskin, and I was afraid that my opponent might DC and go straight after my Combuskin to either take it out or fly over and cause a lot of pressure. I was super nervous here. But he doesn't. He decides to play a little defensive. He brings up Combuskin. And again, I'm going to talk about that. And he attacks. I don't know. I don't agree with this play. Game 1, he freely moved up the Virizion. And Game 2, he freely moves up the Combuskin, which I don't agree with. And basically, Combuskin's useless. If you're going to attack, why did you not X speed or DC? Like, an X speed into the Sableye would have been great. But he doesn't. I don't know why. Alright, let's go back. Brings up the Stuffle. Oh yeah, I kind of want to talk about this real quick, okay? I had a hard time deciding if I wanted to bring Pancham off the bench or not. Now, take a look at my opponent's decks, or his plates. It's not Gold Block. So before I moved Pancham, what I thought about doing was actually moving Lunala here and attacking the Zoru. But I saw this man there, and I'm like, I mean, and then I could attack the following turn, but I don't know. I just, for some reason, I fear the Cacnea would have overpowered me. The last time we attacked Cacnea, he hit for 300 plus. I didn't want that to happen, so that's why I decided to be a little more defensive instead of offensive. I mean, it was early game. It's a tournament, and I get super like nervous playing in tournaments. Like it's nerve-wracking. Okay, so anyway, let's continue on. Brings up Zoroark. Now he's pretty much fully set up now. Wins that roll. Yeah, like I said, after he actually had good matchups until he brought up his Combuskin against my Sableye without X speeding. But I decided to attack here. I needed to get some figures off of the board. Yeah, and I don't know, man. If I was him, I would have just taken the entry point here. Like, regardless, we're both going to the bench. Or we're getting off the board, essentially. So I don't know if I necessarily agree with that play. Okay, so I move up here because I wanted to do some swap spot cheese. But he attacks, and I get the Hypnosis. And I was excited. Now, out here, we're going to pause real quick because I was trying to decide what exactly I wanted to do in this position. Oh, so I DC here. Okay, we'll talk about it after. What I was actually trying to do was get the either get the roll or try to get the Psychic or the Moongeist Beam. I was trying to actually get the Moongeist Beam, and then I would have moved over with Poliwag. But before I even did that, I was thinking about moving Poliwag over here, but my opponent still had the max revive, so that's why I didn't do that. But he didn't get the 300 plus, so I got a fortunate roll there. And now my opponent is forced to max revive. Got to be a little more defensive because now my opponent's on the edge. Brings Zoro, and he gets the he revives him. He wakes him up. But Lunala, I mean, the Zoru and Zoroark are nothing compared to Lunala. So I was actually when he brought this team in, I was like, not bad. This could have been bad. This was a great play because my opponent was trying to get the fly, and it would have surrounded my Lunala. It was a great play, just didn't work out in his favor. But he did take out my Poliwag, and I am forced to retreat. My Lunala is my win condition here, so I got to keep him alive. Had to move Sableye to the goal. Otherwise, if I challenged with the Combuskin, he could have landed fly, and he could have won right there. Okay, so I attack because I want my entry point free. He lands the miss. Like, are you kidding me? He lands the miss. And I was so salty here. He's got both entry points taken. And my only option here is to attack with Lunala. But Lunala has the favorable rolls against the Zoroark and the Zoro. As long as I don't hit purple. I'm trying not to hit purple. Okay, this one was a favorable matchup. Now this matchup, I'm scared. Because he does have a large gold. And I'm like, just land the Psychic. Please land the Psychic. Boom. We land the Psychic. And that is GG, boys. 2-0. 2-0. Your boy Rico. Gets the first win against the tournament. I don't think anybody else has reported a win. Yeah, I don't think anybody's even played yet. But guess what? Michael, PokeFodder. We match up round 2, bro. Can't wait. But that's it for today, guys. Until then, peace.